And greetings YouTube gamers, welcome to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and welcome to the channel. Now before I start this video, I want to give a huge shout out to Retro Diggers PT. Retro Diggers PT is a Portuguese community that talks a lot about our beautiful hobby. Everything from classic toys, action figures, movies, and retro video games. They have a lot of good content, so I will leave the links of their social media on the description box below. So don't forget to check out Retro Diggers PT. Now back to our topic. The NES and the SNES Classic Minis were huge successes. Unfortunately, a lot of people still didn't got those systems, but I truly think that Nintendo will bring new stock. Because there is money to be made right here. And speaking about money, well, Nintendo loves it. So it's only logical that Nintendo will throw out a new system after the SNES Classic Mini. A lot of people have speculated that the follow-up system will be the N64. But to my opinion, there are two reasons why we will not get that system. First of all, and I'm not a big tech guy here, but the N64 is of course a much more powerful system, which probably means that it's much more harder to emulate, which means that Nintendo will have to invest in a much more powerful hardware. And a more powerful machine means a more expensive machine. Which brings me to the second reason. I don't see people paying that much money for a N64 Mini. Because, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I love the Nintendo 64. It was actually my first home console by Nintendo. But the Nintendo 64 is just not as iconic as the NES and the Super Nintendo. So what we got left? The Game Boy. Now, this is just a rumor, but a Japanese company stated that Nintendo has registered a new brand in September 15 of this year, right after they announced that the NES Mini will be brought to the market in 2018. And that rumor says that this brand is associated with a new version of the Game Boy. So, what does that mean? What it means to have a Game Boy in the modern age of gaming? Do I see it happen? I actually do. And to be honest with you, I really think that's a very smart move by Nintendo. First of all, I don't believe that it will be a Game Boy / Game Boy Advance system. I think they will stick with the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So if Nintendo follows the same concept as the NES and the SNES Classic Mini, it will probably be a Game Boy but with modern specs. Of course that they can keep the original case, the original layout, but of course with a much better and modern LCD screen. Now this is all speculation of course, but what would I like to see on a Game Boy Classic Edition? A kick-ass screen. The screen is definitely a priority here. It'll be nice to have the option to play the games on the television, you know, with HDMI, and maybe using the actual machine as a controller. Now the games. The classic games of course that must be there. You know, of course the Super Mario Land games, the Mega Man games, Metroid, Wario games. I would definitely love to see the Wario games. Pokemon games? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Nintendo could bring back the good old Pokemon games? That will probably sell the system. You know, maybe an update version where you can actually catch all of the Pokemon on a single game. Like, you know, two modern versions of Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Crystal. That will be awesome. Or maybe to bring, you know, the old school feeling. Trading Pokemons and battles. I don't know, bring back the good old Game Link cable. Two people side by side on the couch, you know, playing Pokemon. Can you imagine that? They could even bring back classic Game Boy RPGs like Mystic Quest, or Gargoyle's Quest, or Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Now anyway guys, of course that these are just speculations, rumors, and a lot of wishful thinking from my part. But I definitely want to hear your opinions on this. So leave your thoughts on the comment section below. Do you think this is a good idea? Would you like to see a classic edition of Game Boy? What games would you like to see? Leave your thoughts on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always guys, don't forget to put a like on this video, please subscribe to the channel, and take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and game a lot.